papaya curry. We got a veggie-filled breakfast.
Today we are going thrifting at the largest vintage clothing festival in Japan, which happens once a year in Tokyo.
Tokyo Tower fog.
Since it's going to be a full day of vintage shopping, we're stocking up on onigiri.
Tokyo big site for Furugi flea market. The flea market can be located in either of these east halls.
So this convention center is actually located in Odaiba, which is a man-made island. I already see some people with their vintage loot.
Tokyo big site, Tokyo small site.
A lot of people have already done their shopping. So we gotta line up and get tickets, which is 500 yen per person. Here are Furugi Festival bands. Here's yours.
Wow. First thoughts?
Massive. I have no idea where to start. Find. It's like a little cigarette burn.
Yeah. Who knows how cheap this is, but I found it in a rubble. Cream rose to the top. And gave me the steel
Bingo bug. Some cute shirts here. Dog Island.
Or combinations you like that. What are you wearing? What are you?
Cute. I'm finding some really good ones, and they're pretty nice condition. Found a bunch of designer jewelry. So there's like Givenchy, very cute. There's some Gucci, more Givenchy.
Some actual good finds here. Look at that. Ray-Ban. Joker. Sam has been in the same stall for the past 30 minutes.
Cool couples today.
Sick LL Bean tote bags for 25,000 yen. Always wanted red cap pants. It's kind of like a big piece. Trying to look for my size. Nice. Nice try.
Halungkat mo.
down the line.
Found a really nice Dior pendant and 2 opals. Really nice selection.
Kawaii.
Starts out cheap over there, but once you get to the core of this monster,
cute print.
now it's cheap.
This is an Hermes top. Shirts. It's a nice print. They got some cool ones here. Look at this detailing.
yen.
Still kind of PG at least. Look at this one. This one's got a crazy crowd. Onigiri that we bought. This one is tamago and menteko. It's a good thing we decided to get these onigiris before coming here. This one is the oiled oyster. I've never had oyster in an onigiri.
Flea market Zale. So it's been crazy so far, and we're both catching our breath here. Have you guys been to a flea market in Japan? Let us know your favorites. We might visit them in the future. Barber's already expensive to begin with. If you make it vintage,
I thought it said 2,800. Wow.
satin tribal prints. I love it when the personality comes out.
Vintage frames.
Pretty cool.
Is called the Purple. Guess why?
vintage shirt for $2.9, which is 50 off. About 450 yen, which is about what, 600 pesos or something. Where was everybody here a while ago?
It's been 4 hours. We finally made it to the end of the Furugi Festival. It's kind of insane. If you come here, do you have any tips?
Try to bring cash, but if you want to spend on the better items here, like the army jackets, which cost a little bit higher.
They do accept credit card, especially for the high-ticket items, high-end items, which there are a lot of. What do you think of the prices?
Prices are really cheap, but also really high. So you got both ends of the spectrum here.
There's really a range.
So a lot of these stores are trying to get rid of their stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of stores, they want to make their statement, and they want to be like, yeah, hey, we're the cooler guys, and we want to price it at the respected price range, which is also okay. You guys get hungry, there's snacks all the way in the back. There's beer, there's lemonade, secret energy drink that everybody's drinking, but we won't name.
It's also open from, what time did you say, 9 a.m. up to 8 p.m. So I can understand why people spend like the entire day trying to get through everything. It's crazy, as I've never been to a vintage festival like this. It's really wild.
We were here from 12 to 4 and we're just flat out tired. Just like ran out of gas, but you can stay here up to 8 p.m. all the way up to 8. It's crazy.
Happy hunting.
Teleport to Lalaport.
Their desserts look really nice at this grocery. I might try this strawberry milk pudding.